Prove that.
Are you ready for some sports? Oh! That's right, it's time for Victor Allen's New Sports. His unique urban fan-based view of sports, written and directed and produced by Victor Allen. It's a recurring segment. That's right, here he is, the man that the ladies have nicknamed Sexual Chocolate. Rub his head and make a wish. Put on your jockstrap, your sports bra. It's time for sports! Yeah! Sports! Yeah!
You do a lot of yelling, man.
Gotta get that breath.
Yeah, man. All day. Now that we're rested, man, and you did your thing, give me an idea. The response for the marijuana for dummies, is it really, getting people smarter, or is that just an illusion?
I don't know if it's getting people smarter, but people seem to be watching
Okay.
all the segments more.
Okay.
All of them. I mean, all of them really more. I think it's the Facebook integration that they're liking because we put that effort. And we have the first-rate Facebook integration, the type you don't really see
Right.
coming from the average. But that's because we were broadcasting out of this badass facility not far from the ghetto. Like we said, we may not be in the ghetto, but we can see the fence.
Yeah.
And you get to come here. So.
True that.
But they do like it, but they are liking, Vic, your flavor. And that's sports.
There we go. Okay. Anything for the dream. All right, man. I'm going to start off with a couple of subjects here, but because they're not going to follow the trend that's happening over the weekend as much as you thought, man. And I just want to find out, Mario, name what sporting event you watched first. I don't care what it is. Because if you're not in tune, who do I talk to? I can't just talk to the camera, man.
It's a hard time of year, Vic. This is like okay, I know everybody doesn't feel that way, because if you love baseball, maybe you're happy. But let's just say you're like the majority of Black America. You don't give a shit about baseball.
Right.
This is a kind of a bad time of year. But when it comes to sports, you're watching college track. You're watching NCAA women's softball.
So wait a minute. Believe it or not. Hold on.
I don't mind the women's softball.
I'm going to rescue you for a second.
Okay.
Who would be the heavier users of social media when you say college?
College.
Good.
So what are they watching? Pornhub.
No, they're not, man.
Okay.
No, they're not. So you need to actually go, well, wait a minute. Let me embrace, that these are the ones who are setting the trends and utilizing it in such a way. It's just wonderful. Look, are we not watching commercials where they sit back and say, look, hold your phones up and stream at everything that you're doing? They said, hey, weddings, everything. So this is our way of saying we're streaming everything we're doing. We're not saying that we're the ultimate professionals and know it all. So I talk sports because I just like talking. I never said that I'm one of those that you see in the traditional media. With that being said, NBA players, it's a wrap. I had to start off with this, Mario, because I want to see your knowledge curve when it comes to ranking the best NBA players who are rappers. And I'm going to say this. There's a source that's ranked them, but I'm going to see if you're good enough to select from the names I provided.
Okay.
Who you think has, and even if you haven't heard them, just the idea that their name hits you, okay? So I did put up what I call a holding picture. Meta World Peace. Now, Mario, I got 10 players here. You want to read the names? You want to go down and read the names? I'll let you read the names of who is on this list because next week, just so you know, I'm bringing the bottom half of the 10 worst.
From top to bottom, Kevin Durant from the Golden State Warriors, Lewis Williams from the Houston Rockets, Lou Williams, Lance Stevenson, really, from the Indiana Pacers.
See, there you go.
Joe Smith.
He's been here.
Yeah, Meta World Peace, LA Lakers, Steven Jackson, retired. Chris Webber, retired. Iman Shumpert, Cleveland Cavaliers. Damian Lillard, that's my pick, Portland Trailblazers. Shaquille O'Neal, retired, number 2. Damian Lillard is the man. He blows.
He blows, right?
Yeah, he blows.
Now, let me just say this. There's 10 here. You gave us the 10.
No, you gave us the 10.
Well, I'm just saying, for the people who heard it, I just put the display at the website.
Okay.
And I'm saying this. There's some names in here I didn't know that was rapping.
But me too.
So I'm going to tell you my first one who I'm blown away with. it just.
Coming down the list.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Important.
Well, for me, it's just the name and associating. When they said Kevin Durant, I had to stop, man. I just had to, because he's so kind of.
He barely talks that much.
That has nothing to do with
and
it, though.
He's so, his personality is so, man, I like Kevin.
You like Kevin.
But it's hard to match because he tends to be kind of, to me, a bit reserved.
Which, in media, aren't most rappers kind of,
more extroverted.
Without them.
Yeah, more extroverted. He does a reasonable job, step forward when it's time to speak. That's what I like about it. But you know that he doesn't really want that spot, like that.
Okay. That's my surprise. Anyone you're surprised about again?
Oh, man, there's a bunch that I'm surprised.
Just one.
First of all, Chris Webber.
Yeah, I almost went there. I know
him. I like Chris.
I didn't know.
I never heard him rap.
And he's so well spoken in his job now.
I would like to hear it, but I don't know that.
I think you could go find it. I didn't bring the videos, dude, because, I just didn't want to deal with the issue. So,
copyright thing.
So you got Weber. I have Durant. Now we're going to go and see if you're good enough to give me who you think the top 3 are, and then I'm gonna give you the rankings.
Well, Damien's the number 1.
Number 1 for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shaq actually did it because he actually put stuff out there.
Right.
2.
Okay.
Now after that, I'm gonna go with Meta for 3.
Pretty good. Not bad. I don't have to guess because I'm the one to pick the list. I'm gonna give you in the order of worst to best.
Based on what?
One source that ranked them. I can't tell you the source. The reason why I'm not doing that is because next week I give you what they call the bottom 10, because it's a 20. It's a group of 20. It's actually more than that, but we can't cover it all.
Wow.
So I'm just giving you the top 10 now. All right, here's the rankings.
20 NBA play. Okay, 20
it's
NBA
more.
Retired or active.
It doesn't matter.
That
all
rap.
time. All time.
Rap.
It's an all time.
That's a lot anyway.
And the group is 50 strong.
Really?
Right. So I'm going to give you.
That's impressive.
Right. I'm giving you the top 10.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give you the bottom 10. So hopefully you guys will have some respect.
You're not in that middle group.
Right. All right. Here we go. All right. And the order is so funny. 10. Ranked 10 on this list, Kevin Durant. Ranked 9th, Lewis Williams. Or Lou Williams. Lance Stevenson is 8th. Joe Smith, who's been in the studio, with a different name now, but as a rapper. Meta World Peace is next. So he's in the mid pack.
Yeah.
Steven Jackson, retired, man. I didn't know he's in there, man. He's like ranked 5th. Now I have actually more. I have more than the. I have more information about them, but I just can't bring it because I don't have enough time. I got to cover this other stuff. Chris Webber is ranked 4th. I'm blown away.
Yeah.
Iman Shumpert ranked 3rd.
Wow.
You're close. Damien is number 2. Shaquille O'Neal at this point is still considered the number 1.
Oh, I think that's.
Oh, what do you say? What do you say?
At least we're there.
Yeah, you were good, man. You hit. Damien Damien is the latest, and what he's done.
He just had a better flow from that commercial that he did where he was baby.
Right.
Dropping dimes.
Just dropping dimes. And notice in this, shouldn't Kevin Love be somewhere in the group?
Yeah.
That's what I said. He's doing something, right?
Right.
Right, okay. So that's cool. So here's the thing. Will Shaquille O'Neal go down as the all-time greatest NBA rapper? Or will somebody supplant him?
I think he may go down to all time because he is known now.
Right.
He is known for his rapping.
Okay. All right. Now, I had to get that out of the way because I just think it's something that's ongoing. And I think the NBA players will all start traversing. And there's another group. Who are the best NBA actors? And when I say that, those who transition from NBA to film, will they be able to do it successfully? Somebody's going to do it. It hasn't been the place where they're stronger at. Their strength is in the music, man. All right. It's time to do NBA trades are in the midst, and let's negotiate. And if you need someone to negotiate, what better example to show a bald-headed man giving you that swaglicious, I represent the money. And everybody knows a negotiation is about the money. It's not about anything else. So here's my thing. Show me the money or show me the team. What is the philosophy you go with first, Mario? Show me the money or show me the team?
Depends if I'm the player or the...
No, you're the player. Show me the money or show me the team. Some people.
Well, sometimes you can get both, because if you choose the right team, that actually means money. If you get a champion or someone who goes into the playoffs,
right.
So I think show me the team, because I need the personal satisfaction.
Right. And you hit the nail on the head.
You make more money in a worse team, and then you're unhappy.
Oh, absolutely. So with that being said, and it gets back to best fit, because the upper tier players always get to say, show me the team, because they get choices, because they know the money's going to be there anyway. But when you're in the mid class or lower, aren't you going to try to get your money? Because you ain't in the top 50
well, that's
or 100.
That's how broke you are, But
broke in the NBA?
Well, not broke. So to me, Vic, I think I'd always go for the better team, because to me, the money feels differently when you're happy.
Right.
And it's hard to calculate the value of that. You have to put a price on that.
Right. Now, every year, everybody's ascending that the Golden State Warriors, for example, will be the team to deal with for the next 3 or 5 years. But those lower tier players, when you get down to like the 7th or 8th on the bench, and they tend to launch them because this is their best time to make the money. They're already on a winning team, and if there's ever your stock is going to go up, don't you make your money when you're going, I'll never crack this top 5. I will always be on the bench. The best time to negotiate my value and worth is that I'm on a world championship team. So I expect a few of those players from Golden State to go bye-bye. It's about the money. About the money.
That's what we'll see.
Okay.
The choices. Typically, that's what happens. Right?
Okay. All right.
Because it's usually more the people who on the team weren't getting the big money. That's when they make their jump.
Right. True that. Okay, now we're going to go back to Paul George, Mark, because you have some sentiments about Paul George, and now a three-way
Everybody wants him more than I do.
Wait a minute.
All of my friends.
Wait a minute.
I have so many people who want to say he should want him for the Lakers, and I go, that's your choice.
Well, okay, I got one for you. Hold on. I got one for you. Watch this. This is going to work. Better for the Lakers, Carmelo or Paul?
Paul.
Okay. So you would want Carmelo less.
Why do those have to be the choices, though?
It's only two choices I'm giving you.
Oh, okay. Because I would need neither one of them.
Wait a minute, Mark. Okay, give me a market candidate right now.
I would be going for a big man, like a strong forward.
LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, right. In other words, Vic, I don't know the talent enough, but I just think okay. I mean, I know. To me, they're guard focused.
Right.
And to me, I would really think they don't have the grunt players hitting the backboards that I would want as a team. They just don't. And I'd go I think they need to get another strong big man rebounder with an inside score game. Like a Blake Griffin if he actually went inside.
Let me say this. Have not the Golden State Warriors and others like them said, our best rebounders is our team. It's about hustle. And
they got the players who do that. That's what I'm saying.
Right, and they don't have that real true center who's starting and crashing the boards. Kevin Durant plays that.
I don't, you know me. I don't care about really any of the traditional aspects in the sense of what you fit or don't fit.
Right.
I want the players that are going to bump it up, down low, score score a reasonable amount.
Right.
It'll be nice if you can count on 12 to 16.
Right.
At least it'd be wonderful you can get 16 to 18, but every night and somebody gets a bunch of boards, like over 15 rebounds a night.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Something like that.
How can I think Russell Westbrook and the Golden State Warriors disprove the myth that you have to be 6'10" or above to get rebounds? There's one team. One team is sitting there going, "We team rebound and we don't have no meat on us to bump it."
It's an attitude.
And Russell is going, "I'm playing point guard, getting rebounds and distributing assists. Am I not good enough to show you guys that at 6'3" or 6'4" max?" Because he's really about 6'3". What's the excuse for everybody else? I think he's proving the model that role players can do more than just try to get that role to score. So at this point right now, Don't you want people with speed and athleticism, or athleticism first and speed? Or do you want the cumbersome, lumbering big man who basically goes, just give me the ball, let me go down low and let me shoot, and get beat up maybe a lot, where speed kills? Blake Griffin, for example, no matter how much talent we have, are we looking at him breaking down, or is just bad timing, recurring injuries, and he keeps having to battle? LeBron uses his legs and speed at the same size or about an inch shorter, but is surviving through the years, taking a lot of punishment. And he's even admitted about a year or so ago, the two people who get the most punishment is Blake and himself. So notice where Blake is and where LeBron is right now.
Well, that affects who you choose. The brother on Houston, I forgot his name, the forward on Houston, who was given, in other words, there's a couple, Houston specifically to me,
right,
had a number of young players.
Oh, yeah, the young ones. Yeah.
That were coming in at four. I forgot the guy's name.
I know.
That was, that was one of the people I would say, why can't we get folks like this?
Right.
They were scoring and playing the hell of defense.
Right.
Doing that kind of thing.
So let me ask you this.
That's what the Lakers need. They don't have, to me, those kind of people give your team a certain vibe, energy, and gut check.
Right.
And they to me, they're still soft.
Do they?
Everybody they add is a finesse.
Right.
And still on the softer side to me.
Right. Now, look, I heard Lou Williams speak about the comparison of the team versus the team he's on now, Houston. He says, look, these are just young guys. They're trying to find their way. And so when you're trying to find your way, that's like you, Mario, sitting up there going like this. I put in all these years. I've already found the recipe. And the rest of them are scatterbrained going all over the place. And then they have to look at you and say, well, how come they're not being organized to a philosophy? Isn't that the coaching? Isn't that ownership?
Right, that's just leadership.
Right. And Lou has to still make a decision about going, look, obviously my presence here is not making them turn around, because that's not my role. I'm a sixth man. That's my role. He even admitted, he says, I am a six-man MVP, winning the sixth man of the year. That's my role. He said, I set my role. But then you got the five guys. Who's going to come on that team and be the core? Because they're all young minds.
Well, that's part of coaching. That's part of how you either do it or you don't. Some
Right.
of them do it better than others, and certainly that revolves. D'Antonio's personality is a little more laissez, just a little more.
Right.
So there goes. That is the philosophy that's handed down. That's
true.
So that's the way it's going to be, kind
True.
of. So it's okay. They still got the physicalness.
Right.
My point being that the type of player that they have, to me,
Right.
was where the Lakers could do a lot better. Like I said, they need to have a little more toughness.
True. I agree.
And not so. I don't mind finesse, but you got to have like Golden State. You got to be able to back the finesse up with
Absolutely.
something hard.
And you know what? The biggest thing that they say about the Golden State Warriors is, and they were asking these questions this morning, he says, it's a simple recipe. Can you bring a bunch of stars to the team and they all play roles? When everybody knows most of the NBA players are basically going like, I'm the star.
Well,
And that tends to be the thing that fractures the team environment.
Well, you said it's a simple recipe, but nobody ever makes it right.
Right.
Because we have a list of teams that were wonderful assortments. They came together that performed horribly. And the Lakers has one or two of them. So
Okay, wait a minute. Let's we in LA, man. We got to show that we. You gonna go to a Laker game, man?
oh no,
What about Clipper game?
I can't afford it.
What about free tickets? Which game would you
I'll
go
go.
to? To who first? Which team?
Lakers.
Okay, all right, I got you. All right.
Now, for now.
For now, until otherwise.
Well, like I said, the Clippers have some issues too.
All right. Okay. Which we're about
But
to
they
get
got
to.
Jerry West.
Well, let's go and roll down. Let's scroll up. I'm sorry, to that next display, because you hit the nail on the head. Yo, Steve Ballmer, we opt out, meaning opting out of their contract through next year, which means puts them on the market, free agents. Everybody says it's a money thing, which is normal because Kevin Durant I believe did the same thing, or someone similar did the same thing. He's opting out so they can get that enriched contract. The question is, Mario, will both of them stay a Clipper?
Maybe neither. Chris Paul, I think there's other choices for him if he wants to run at a championship.
Right.
San Antonio's a good fit for him.
True. Do you believe that's the best fit?
As opposed to who?
That's my point. Because I
think for him that's the best fit.
What about Cleveland? What about Cleveland? Ooh.
I don't think Cleveland's going to want that.
You haven't heard the talk. The two teams that's talking the most.
Yeah, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't think that's what Cleveland really.
They need LeBron. Kyrie's not your traditional point guard. He's a scoring guard. He's like a Westbrook, right? And they've already done the numbers and analytics. They said whenever he's
I think people play different ways depending upon how they're coached.
He's not a distributor.
So to me, the coach can, if you have, let's say you go to a team where you have to play a role, then we can judge you on the basis of how you do that, but you make a determination to make that effort. That's the part that is the variable to me you never know.
Right.
I'm sure early in their career when they were asked to do different things, that when they did them, they didn't fail at them, okay? It had to do with the attitude they bring and their willingness to try. So it's not like Kyrie can't play any kind of point guard. He can play every kind. If he
no. They're not talking about that. They're saying the analytics don't lie. They're saying when it comes to assist and he's weak on defense, you compare Chris Paul to Kyrie. Far as scoring,
I
Kyrie.
don't think that helps if they switch.
But the other team essentials, that's where Chris comes in.
Yeah, and remember, to me, again, statistics are a reflection of coaching philosophy. They're specifically a reflection. If you take a player and tell him shoot all the time, all of a sudden he has different statistics than if you tell him pass all the time.
Yeah, but that's not happening.
We don't know how he's being coached. That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that different coaches use different players differently. That's why you could leave a team and suddenly go wild like Harden did, because there's a different coaching. So I don't know. I don't see how adding him to Cleveland helps them. If their goal is to beat Golden State, I'm hard pressed to see how that's.
Yeah, you don't see the future, you're saying?
No.
No, okay, I understand. Well, let's take it over to the next subject. Let's roll up to the next display, and let's say the market for next year. Everybody's positioning. And the answer is simply come West. The likelihood that either one of those players, LeBron or Russell Westbrook, come for Russ further west or LeBron west, period. Because he has to look at the future of some other things he has in his career and that he's working on. Will LeBron stay in Cleveland next 2 or 3 years? Versus Russell staying in OKC for the next 2 or 3 years.
Well, I don't see the issue with LeBron is that there's every team he would go to is going to be a drop off to me.
Right.
So I don't see him leaving Cleveland. Cleveland needs surgical adjustment.
Right.
Again, not a sledgehammer.
Right.
So they were in the finals. So
True.
To me, when you're in the finals, you don't need to just totally disassemble the team. You just proved that you were good.
Right.
You made it to the finals.
Right. Wait a minute.
I don't understand that.
Wait a minute.
So for one, Cleveland doesn't need that.
Right.
So they need to look at what they do. They only are trying to beat one other team. That's why it's so amazing. They can beat everybody else.
Right.
They're only trying to beat one other team. So that's a different question. That's a different philosophy.
Right.
And you may not be able to do that simply by adding or subtracting players. It may have to do with an attitudinal thing, but I don't know for LeBron. He stays where he wants.
He stays where. So let me just say
Russell, I don't know. I think the same thing. I think he stays where he is for the same reason, because OKC is an example of a team to me that when you add a few elements back, they're now a contender again.
But they gave up their elements, and it totally went.
Yeah, they can learn from that, and they can add people to this team.
How long you want him to learn?
Well, I don't see him going anywhere that's a better situation for him.
Okay. So what you're okay? So back
for both of them. My first point is I don't see better situations.
Neither one.
Neither one.
The better situation may be, as it pertains to a championship. Yes, Cleveland. Why would you? That team only needs to fortify 1 or 2 pieces.
How about right? Because they're not going to trade Westbrook to Golden State.
Right.
Okay?
But LeBron doesn't have to work on an NBA championship. He's got his. And he probably will not attain the greatest as it relates to being not undefeated in NBA championships like Michael Jordan. So to me, he's clearing a path about where he's going. Russell.
But I mean, that's to seek a championship.
But I'm only saying this.
Are you saying he's not trying to get another championship?
No, I said that there's a different feeling when you haven't won no championship. And you have a team that you're looking at going like this. We had offense. We lost players. I stepped up and did a lot more, and they are weaker. And in the draft, we don't have a position. So we have to wait for ownership for Russell to negotiate bringing more players, not just one here. How far away are we from competing again? It really looks like, and when you look at OKC, they said they really need some offense and not just one person.
Yeah,
so you wait.
I think they are substantially different with two people, but three would be wonderful.
Okay.
And I think Cleveland has the same thing. They could try to swap out two of the lesser productive people if they can get somebody with more scoring.
Absolutely.
And good defense.
Right. And
they can get that. I don't know who that would be.
And let me say this. This is why
not Paul George.
Watch this. Wait a minute. Watch this. Because the cap has now, it's a larger ceiling. There's more money to spend. Right now, there are players looking at their ownership saying, are you going to play ball now? You going to try to make this team win? Or are you going to be like, oh, well, you know what? This is just as how far as we go. So I think you're going to see a lot of negotiation process and moving because people now get more money available to spend. There's somebody to me who's under the radar who may make a big difference because he just doesn't get talked about. And that's Gordon Hayward. Because the Utah Jazz, of course, are having to deal with the Celtics wanting to pull Hayward over to the Celtics. I believe he's under the radar. I think if he goes to Boston, because the style and the way he plays will have a bigger impact. But is it big enough to knock off the Cavaliers? No.
Well, see, this is what I'm saying. These are the kind of players I like. Why don't the Cavaliers go for him?
That's a trade for he's about the same as Kevin Love, same size, close. No,
don't trade Kevin Love. How about somebody else?
But all the trades are involving Kevin Love.
No, I would try to find another way. Trade some draft picks, whatever.
Right.
No. No, keep Kevin Love. There's certain people on the team. Remember, my thing is you replace two of the people. You upgrade in the areas that were more average.
Okay.
To me, that's the exact reason why the teams don't get better. They get rid of their good stuff for something that's maybe questionably better.
Right.
That's just a terrible philosophy of improvement. You might as well kept the other player who worked within your system and you knew.
3 players. Which one goes to Cleveland if it was your choice? Carmelo, Paul, or Gordon? Gordon. Okay. Youth serves all, man.
Under no circumstances, Carmelo.
Right. I know what you're saying, but that's where
Cleveland's going next. He doesn't bring enough defense. It's nice to think of that offense at times when LeBron is off the floor.
Right.
Because I don't think it helps LeBron on the floor, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
At all. Not at all.
Okay.
So I'd say Carmelo under no circumstances. Paul George would be possibly a good fit at Cleveland.
Yes, he would. Yes, he would. And I think if Paul is thinking
that would be a good fit for both of them.
His home base is out here, up near Lancaster or somewhere up in that area. This is his home base, but walking into Cleveland would make them really stronger. I don't know if it would take them over the edge.
That's what I'm saying. But it would be, I'm with you. It would take them closer that they want.
Right.
I still think they're one player away.
Yeah, I agree.
And it may be replacing JR, even though he played well in the playoffs.
Yeah, not as good as the prior champion.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm looking at Shumpert and JR to be replaced on Cleveland.
If they don't warrant too much, because part of this is the team's philosophies now.
Pay or
because you're leveraging going like, I'm on a championship team. I went to the championship. All right, we're going to go over to Ice Cube's wonderful event. The reviews now are the Big Three. Professional 3-on-3 basketball kicked off this weekend, and they had a wonderful time. And the thumbs up for what they're doing. Now, if you like to see some overweight players in comparison to their professional careers, now it doesn't mean they're fat. It just means that they're heavier. But the Big Three,
Ice Cube was playing, right?
And they got a 4-point shot. So and the half court is bigger than you think, and it's not as small as what you and I
like the idea. I'm going to go watch it.
I know. I can't wait.
I haven't seen it. I'm going to go.
But what should we really prepare for? Lloyd's of London should be actually getting a lot more requests for insurance Because what happens when you have older players playing half court? The first thing that happens, somebody goes down. Who's the first one to go down? Jason Williams. Let's roll that picture to the Nexus. He's the first casualty on half court, already injured. So here's my point.
Well, that's one of the things. They're all older.
Right. So,
You know, like in basketball, no offense. The last time I played my ankle when I was just shooting layups.
right. So
So I tell you, you can't keep playing it, Vic. You can't. You and I know it's like it's that
Wait a
up
minute.
and down
Dude.
trauma on the knees and ankles that is the issue.
dude, I'm saying this.
And maybe the hips are not ready for it no more either.
Let me say this. Okay, Mario. Here's the number. How many injuries do we see in the first month?
You see a bunch.
Wait a minute. Iverson is only going to play spot time. He's not going to play full time because he's doing coaching at the same time.
That's a good reason. Use that. Use that for everybody.
Right.
Everybody coach some, then you can sit your ass down.
Right.
How about a 5-minute limit of play?
Yeah, right. Now, let me ask you this.
You have to sit down. Add that.
Should the big three be on at least a secondary ESPN or major sports channel, or are they just waiting? Because
They're just waiting, but if they're good enough, they'll get it.
they'll get it. Okay.
We know they're looking for alternative stuff. And
Right.
This has got the right names even behind it anyway. Surprised they didn't already get it.
Right.
But maybe because they're dubious about the producers XYZ.
Let me tell you what I think they should do to actually ramp up the promotion on this, you guys. I mean, you guys have to really think outside the box. I think all the NBA players, the former ones, should all play with their shirts off. I think that'll.
Oh, that'll make everybody throw up.
So this is my point. You want to stimulate a market? Have them play with all their shirts off.
That's good. WNBA too.
All right, now that's my new sports, dude. I'm done. Shake the world, man. Don't you think people want to see them in the Raw?
Like I said, nothing like man tits.
That's not what I was talking
Victor
about.
Allen's New Sports trying to show you some man tits.
Hey, you guys,
Tune in. Right, Victor? Let them know how you think.
What's up, Jose?
It's a recurring segment. The Morning Club with Mario Show. Victor Allen's New Sports, fan-based in his view. Happening. Yeah. Yeah.
Come on now. How come they don't have cheerleaders, man? What happened to the cheerleaders? Should we get older cheerleaders for the big three? Seasoned cheerleaders. No comment from Mario.